At the beginning of the story, we see some students stepping out of their school after taking a hard exam. With a smile on his face, a boy tells his friend that the test was long. The boy wearing glasses told his friend that the exam was not long. He called his friend a dummy and told him that he simply did not know the answer. The moment the boy said this, he hears some girls screaming. He and his friend turned to see what caused the noise. When they turned, they saw some students their age in military cars. The cars were passing by their school. The boys realized that the girls were screaming because of the cars. The dummy was annoyed to see this. He told his friend that the students in the cars are not even really adventurers. He explained to him that the students are probably from some random specialized high school. The boy with glasses told his friend that he is stupid. He asked him to look at the logo on the cars. He told the boy that the students in the cars are from Warrior High School. In this world, a certain disaster happened without any warning. Portals leading to another world suddenly appeared and different monsters came out of these portals. The monsters wreaked havoc in the human world. Scientists later discovered that a world similar to Earth existed in another part of the universe. A particular event occurred in this world that led to its destruction. As a result of the destruction, remnant of this planet flew towards Earth. Thanks to this, parts of the planet began to fuse with Earth. People have come to know this event as the adhesion phenomena. After the fusion, unusual laws of nature and variety of monsters were introduced to the world. This fusion affected 17% of Earth's area. Humans lost control over their land. In a place known as the danger zone, we see a soldier breathing heavily as he hid behind a building. While hiding, the man saw something terrifying. The soldier saw a monster dragging his comrade's body on the ground. The monster that held the man's body is known as a horned horror. It is a single horn monster. The number of horns the horned horror has refers to how strong it is. The soldier carefully hid himself when he saw the monster. Unfortunately for him, the horned horror sensed his presence. The monster screamed at the man. The soldier immediately took out his gun and started shooting at the monster. The monster ran towards the soldier. Unfortunately for the man, the bullets barely grazed the monster. The horned horror got close to the soldier and landed a heavy blow in his stomach. The soldier spat out some blood and flew away. The man got slammed into a wall. Unfortunately for humans, they were not given time to prepare for the monsters. And even if they were given time, they did not possess anything that could help them win against these monsters. However, humans also gained something too. The disaster was not the only thing that came to Earth. The natural limit that humans were born with and the limitations on their potential caused by the natural laws of Earth were completely shattered. The soldier rose up from the rubble and stopped the monster's punch. His stats had been completely upgraded. The man grabbed the monster's hand and slammed it to the ground. The monster died when it got slammed to the ground. The soldier was shocked to see what he had done. He did not understand how he suddenly became stronger. Although this phenomenon affected all humans on Earth, the abilities that were awakened were different for each person. The chosen few decided to train and utilize their newfound abilities. The scene shifts and we see hordes of single-horned horrors come out of a portal. The monsters were led by a three-horned horror. The humans who had abilities gathered at the entrance of the portal to stop the monsters. The humans came together to regain control over their lands. The humans were known as adventurers. This is how the era of dungeons and adventurers began. The entire world praised the achievements of the adventurers and they were inspired by their strength. Not long after adventurers became popular, organizations that focused on the training of adventurers were created throughout the world. Among these organizations, the best adolescent training facility, which has managed to create the best adventurers for the last 25 years, is the world-renowned Warrior High School. The scene shifts and we are taken back to the boys. The boy with glasses revealed to his friend that Warrior High School counts things that happens in a dungeon as a test. The boy was surprised to hear this. He asked his friend to tell him what would happen if the students died. The boy explained to his friend that the students of Warrior High School are confident. He told him that the students are special. That is why they are accepted into the school. While the boys were talking, they hear the girls scream again. The boys immediately turn to see what happened. When the boys turned around, they saw the girls screaming about a cute guy. The girls were shocked to see how handsome a mixed elf student was. The other boy was annoyed to see the girls screaming for the mixed elf. He asked his friend to tell him what he is looking at. The boy was surprised to see that his friend did not recognize the elf. He told him that the elf usually appears on TV. The elf is known as Diav Choi. His father is a famous adventurer and his mother is an elf. Diav is known to be a genius. People believe that he will become a top-rank adventurer 5 years after graduating. Diav is a first-year student of Warrior High School and he has returned from a dungeon 14 times. The other boy was annoyed to see the way the girls were behaving. He did not understand why the girls were excited when Diav was not even an idol. The boy with glasses told his friend that he is not better than the girls for being angry at someone he does not know. The boy was annoyed to hear this. He wanted to yell at his friend. The boy with glasses noticed that a classmate of his was leaving school. He called out to our protagonist whose name is Jaryong. The boy asked Jaryong if he is going to work. He revealed to him that their classmate whose name is Leunji wants to have a karaoke with the other students. While staring at his phone, Jaryong told the boy that he will not be able to go to the karaoke. He asked the boys to have fun. The other boy was surprised to see that Jaryong was going to work immediately after exams. He asked our boy to leave work and join them. The boy with glasses was shocked to hear what his friend said. He used his hand to hit his friend in his stomach and asked Jaryong to enjoy his time. Our boy waved to the boys and walked away. While his friend was shaking, the boy with glasses asked him if he cannot be a bit sensitive. He reminded him that Jaryong is working hard for a reason. While walking, Jaryong stared at his phone. Our boy received a message from his hospital about his due bills. The hospital asked Jaryong to pay 302,521,200 won. While our boy was looking at his phone, a man known as Chief asked him to come to the office. He told Jaryong that they have work to do. While Diav was waving at the girls, he saw Jaryong. The elf noticed something odd about Jaryong. A boy sitting next to Diav asked him if something is wrong. He asked the elf if Jaryong did something to him. While staring at our boy, Diav told the boy that nothing is wrong. The elf believed that he was imagining things. The scene shifts and we see Jaryong arrive at an abandoned train station. A man with purple hair who was smoking welcomed our boy to the station. The man with purple hair is known as Jae-hwan. He is 37 years old and he is a broker. Two other men stood next to Jae-hwan, a short man and a huge man. The broker told our boy that the short bald man wearing a suit is their new client. Our boy greeted the man. The bald man was annoyed to see Jaryong. He reminded Jae-hwan that he promised to give him his best worker. Jae-hwan told the man that Jaryong is the best. The man was annoyed to hear this. The man moved close to Jae-hwan and called him a bastard. He told the broker that he is not going to get scammed by an idiot like him. He asked Jae-hwan to take Jaryong away and bring him someone who is capable. While the man was yelling, Jaryong took off his jacket. He asked the huge man behind the bald man if he was an adventurer. Our boy told the man that he must be a former adventurer, which is why he is standing like an idiot behind the bald man. The bald man was surprised to hear what our boy said. He could not believe that Jaryong was speaking to the huge man rudely. While releasing some energy, the huge man told the man that they do not need to talk any longer. He assured him that Jaryong will learn his lesson after getting his hand and leg broken. The bald man was surprised to hear this. The huge man's name is Lee Piljiu and he is 34 years old. He is a former silver rank adventurer who returned from a dungeon 81 times before his retirement. The bald man asked Jaryong to get on his knees and beg Piljiu if he wants to save himself. Our boy released some energy and told the bald man that he does not know how to beg. Our boy's full name is Yoo Jaryong. He is a dungeon smuggler who has returned from a dungeon 371 times illegally. In this world, adventurers work every day to explore dungeons. When they successfully explore a dungeon and take down a monster, they are able to obtain countless treasures. However, before the adventurers exit the dungeon, the treasures must be handed over for inspection. This is because a lot of treasures have incredible strength. If such treasures were to be circulated without permission, they could be used for evil. Due to this, the Adventurers Association must first inspect these treasures and levy tax on them based on their worth. However, there are some people that violate this rule. These people entice adventurers who do not want to pay this enormous taxes and secretly pocket the treasures. These people are dungeon smugglers. The association usually tells people to report the smugglers to them if they are ever found. This is done in order to safeguard the society. The scene shifts and we see Jae-hwan light a cigarette. The bald man was surprised to see this. He did not understand why the man was smoking in this situation. He asked Jae-hwan if he is really going to let our boy fight with Piljiu. The broker asked the man if he is scared of the fight. The bald man was annoyed to hear this. He told Jae-hwan that he is scared for him. He revealed to the broker that Piljiu has a nasty temper. The man explained to Jae-hwan that Piljiu retired as an adventurer because he was caught assaulting his teammate. The man asked the broker to stop the fight in order to save Jaryong. While stretching his hand, Jaryong calls Piljiu a real criminal. He could not believe that the huge man actually assaulted his teammate. With a smile on his face, Piljiu told our boy that some trash was dragging him down, so he disposed of him. Jaryong laughed when he heard this. He told Piljiu that he must be aware of the fact that he is trash. He asked the man if he purposely caused trouble and lost his license. While our boy was talking, Piljiu attacked him. The man believed that his punch landed on Jaryong's face. To his surprise, our boy easily dodged the attack by moving his head a bit. He told the man that it is rude to attack without the other person's permission. Piljiu was annoyed to hear this. He rushed to attack our boy with his other hand. Jaryong smiled when he saw the man raise his other hand. He decided to give the man a light kick. Our boy used his leg to hit the man on his head. Jaryong's leg connected to the man's face. With a smile on his face, Jae-hwan reminded the bald man that he brought his best worker. The bald man was surprised to see Jaryong's kick. While Piljiu's neck froze, our boy took a stance. He was surprised to see that such a minor attack would paralyze the man. He had expected Piljiu to be stronger because of his build. Piljiu used his hand to snap his head back in place. The man did not understand what was going on. He had thought of Jaryong as a mere child. However, after seeing our boy's reflexes and receiving his kick, Piljiu could tell that Jaryong was already in the domain of a pro. Jae-hwan smiled when he saw the look on Piljiu's face. He told the bald man that Piljiu has realized that he cannot win. The bald man was surprised to hear this. He told the broker that although Jaryong's kick is good, it is not enough to defeat Piljiu. Jae-hwan understood what the man was saying. He told the bald man that he is getting a particular feeling from Piljiu. He told him that Piljiu is a tank. The moment he said this, the huge man tore his shirt. The bald man was surprised to see that Jae-hwan was able to identify Piljiu's class. The broker told the man that he is extremely good at reading between lines. With a serious look on his face, Piljiu told our boy that he is still a smuggler scum regardless of the trick he uses. The moment he said this, the man began to release more energy. After the adhesion, people began to awaken abilities that exceeded their limitations. However, each person awakened different talents and latent abilities. The adventurers who awakened their abilities undertook different training activities that matched their abilities and assigned roles to themselves. One of these roles is a tank. Piljiu used a technique to make himself bigger. The skill is known as bulk up. He also activated a skill known as giant strength and iron skin. A tank is responsible for protecting their teammates from the dangers of the dungeon. Their role is to face monsters head-on at the front lines. Due to the fact that their bodies have been trained to the limit, tanks are able to shrug off bullets. A top-tier tank can even take the overwhelming power of missiles easily. The tanks are seen as a protective barrier. Piljiu raised his hands up and told our boy that he will show him the power of a real adventurer. Immediately he said this, he tried to smash Jaryong. Our boy was able to dodge the attack by jumping. The attack destroyed the ground. The heavy attack shook the ground. The bald man began to shake. Before the man could fall, Jae-hwan picked him up with his jacket. He asked the man if he is all right. Jae-hwan was annoyed to see that Piljiu was destroying his place of business. The tank walked up to our boy. He launched another attack at Jaryong. Our boy dodged the attack by moving back. Piljiu's hand hit a wall and created a hole in it. With a smile on his face, Piljiu asked Jaryong if something is wrong. He asked our boy to use his cheap tricks again. Jaryong told the man that he is not a fool. He assured Piljiu that he will not fall for such an obvious trap. The moment our boy said this, Jae-hwan took a look at Piljiu. He realized that the man's physical force was around the level of a decent truck. The broker was certain that a normal human would get pulverized if they receive a punch from Piljiu. Although Piljiu was strong, Jae-hwan did not see him as anything. He called out to Jaryong and asked him to end the fight quickly. He told the boy that his pay will be reduced if Piljiu damages the station more. Our boy was shocked to hear this. With a smile on his face, Piljiu told Jaryong that Jae-hwan has not yet understood the situation. The man told our boy that his cheap tricks cannot work on a pro. Jaryong smiled when he heard this. He looked to the side and grabbed a metal rod. Our boy slowly inspected the rod. Piljiu was annoyed to see this. He rushed to attack our boy. Upon seeing that Jaryong had grabbed a rod, Jae-hwan told the bald man that the fight is over. The people in the society believe that tanks are unbeatable beings. However, this is not the case. The tanks have a natural enemy. This is a being that can focus a powerful and destructive force at a single point. When our boy noticed that Piljiu had gotten close to him, he took a stance and moved close to the man. Jaryong put a large amount of energy into the rod and used it to attack the man. His attack easily destroyed Piljiu's defense. Piljiu spat out some blood and fell to the ground. The bald man was shocked to see this. Jae-hwan was not surprised because he already knew the outcome of the fight. The people who can defeat tanks are damage dealers who are more skilled than them. These people have no issues destroying a protective barrier. Our boy is a damage dealer. While on the ground, Piljiu asked Jaryong to tell him who taught him how to swing. Our boy was surprised to hear the question. He told the man that he learnt from his father. When Jaryong was younger, he saw his father as the greatest adventurer in the world. It was not because the man was his father. It was because the man was strong. Our boy's father name is Yoo. He was one of the first generation of heroes who are known as the first adventurers. To people who did not experience the beginning of the dungeon era, the first generation adventurers are a great legend. However, to the adventurers of that time it was hell. The biggest problem the adventurers had was their lack of information. They did not know the kind of dungeon they were in and the monsters that dwelled within the dungeon. The scene shifts and we see Song and his teammates facing a monster known as Gekamulath. The monster was in its adolescent form. The monster shot some acid at the man and his team. Song was able to dodge the attack by jumping. However, his teammates were not so lucky. The acid had melted their skins. Song was shocked to see this. While he was staring at his teammates, the monster sent another attack at him. Song used his staff to split the attack apart. The moment he did this, he noticed that his staff, which was made from titanium alloy, was melting. The adventurers of this time lacked the items and the skills to fight the monsters decently. However, Song did not give up. He rushed to attack the Gekamulath with his staff. He used the same technique which our boy used. When reinforcement arrived at the dungeon, they were surprised to see Song's staff on the monster's head. They noticed that the man was sitting next to the monster. The first-generation adventurers risked their lives to carry out a trial and error. The survivors passed on their experiences and accomplishments to the next generation. They were seen as heroes. Dragon Slayer Yoo Song was the name given to our boy's father. He was the first person to ever hunt a dragon, and he was Asia's top-ranking adventurer. While watching his father train, Jaryong looked at him with eyes that were filled with respect. Our boy respected and revered his father more than anyone in the world. He believed that his father was invincible. Unfortunately, while training, Song spat out some blood. With tears in his eyes, our boy ran to meet his father. Song raised his hand and asked his son to not come closer. According to the doctors, Song was poisoned. During his explorations, Song had come across a deadly poison. Like any other time, Song tried to overcome his problem. However, after decades of overworking himself, Song's body finally reached the limit. During this hard time, Song's colleagues who he trusted with his life took advantage of his vulnerability and took all his fortune and work. Years later, the world began to forget the name of Dragon Slayer Yoo Song. The man had lost his identity as a hero after losing everything and suffering from an incurable poison. All that was left was a forgotten adventurer. The scene shifts and we are taken back to Jaryong. Our boy turned around and dropped the rod. The bald man could not believe what he saw. He could not believe that Piljiu actually lost to a young boy. Jae-hwan did not understand why the man was surprised. He told him that Piljiu is not a very good adventurer. Jaryong explained to the man that the fact that Piljiu was bragging about beating his own teammates shows that he is weak. According to our boy, there are only two reasons why a good adventurer ever retires. The first is that their body has broken to the point where they can no longer explore, and the second is that they die during an exploration. Jaryong put on his jacket and told the man to fire Piljiu if he is paying him above minimum wage. Jae-hwan placed his hand on the man's shoulder and told him that his payment for the job has now doubled. The man was shocked to hear this. He tried to yell at the broker. Jae-hwan quickly silenced him by reminding him that he was the first to provoke them. He tapped the man's shoulder and told him that they do not do anything for free. Upon seeing the look on the broker's face, the man became nervous. He accepted Jae-hwan's offer. While drinking a bottle of water, Jae-hwan asked our boy if he has heard of the Imperial Wasp. Jaryong spat out his water when he heard the name that his boss mentioned. He asked his boss if they will have to fight the monster. He told him that it is too dangerous. The Imperial Wasp is a monster whose degree of danger is considered the highest in the whole world. The place where the Imperial Wasp laid its nest is known as the dungeon with the highest difficulty in Korea. According to Jae-hwan, it is difficult for even a top-ranking adventurer to face one Imperial Wasp. He told our boy that it is impossible for a smuggler to go to the dungeon. However, it might be possible for a white-rank adventurer. In this world, the adventurers are ranked according to ores. Gemstone is at the lowest level. Copper is the next stage. Silver is after copper. Gold is after silver. Various benefits are given to adventurers depending on their rank. The top 100 adventurers are called rankers, and they are assigned color ranks outside of the 4 major ranks. While watching the bald man as he beats up Piljiu, Jae-hwan reveals to our boy that the bald man told him that a huge raid took place yesterday, and it is yet to be publicized. The army and 7 white rank adventurers made up the attack squad. Jaryong was surprised to hear that 7 white ranks were in an attack squad. According to Jae-hwan, the attack squad was made up of Korea's all-stars. The media goes crazy when just 2 white ranks come together. The attack squad failed to achieve their original goal of eradication. However, they succeeded at hunting down the queen bee. One of the 7 stole the royal jelly of the imperial wasp and ordered a subordinate within the attack squad to smuggle it out. Jaryong asked his boss to tell him what the royal jelly is. The man explained to our boy that the royal jelly is a nutritional supplement that the wasps feed to a newborn queen. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He did not understand why a white rank adventurer would smuggle a nutritional supplement. According to Jae-hwan, the royal jelly is rumored to be able to bring a human back from the dead. Jaryong was shocked to hear this. The Adventurers Association and the government claim that all the paths to a dungeon are strictly managed. Of course, this was not true. The scene shifts and we see Jae-hwan standing in front of a large metal gate. The man placed his hand on the door and released a large amount of energy. After putting some energy into the door, the man took his hand off it. He turned to Jaryong and asked him to do his best not to die. We see our boy in a new set of clothes and we see a weapon behind him. While shaking his hand, Jae-hwan told Jaryong that this mission is going to be very annoying. Our boy did not respond to the man. He simply stared at his goggles. Upon seeing that Jaryong did not say anything, Jae-hwan blew some smoke in his face. Our boy was surprised to see this. He asked his boss to tell him why he did such a thing. Jae-hwan realized that Jaryong was thinking about the medicine that can revive the dead. He asked our boy if he is still hung up on the royal jelly. Upon hearing what his boss said, Jaryong walked forward. He told Jae-hwan that most rumors are usually exaggerated. Jaryong placed his hand on the gate and told himself that the royal jelly probably cannot cure his father's condition. Our boy knew that his father would have never lost hope if such an antidote existed. When Jaryong opened the gate, a bright light shined on him. When our boy passed through the gate, he arrived at a cliff. The cliff had a forest in front of it. After the adhesion, dungeons were created all over the world. Among these dungeons, there are 2 dungeons which are considered the greatest dungeons in Korea. The first is Jeju-do. It is a dungeon that fused with a volcanic mountain range. The other is fused with the Agar jungle, which is located in what used to be Uido, a place located in the middle of Seoul. Jaryong was in a dungeon known as Former Borame. It is a D+ dungeon. With Uido at the center, the dungeon also took over other parts of Seoul. Most of it remains undiscovered and several adventurers have lost their lives trying to explore the region. According to the bald man, the subordinate was supposed to transport the item to the meeting area in Borame. However, after arriving at the dungeon, the man lost contact with the others. Jae-hwan told our boy that the man might have gotten into an accident. He explained to Jaryong that all he has to do is to simply get on site and bring back what the man had. Our boy decided to put on his goggles and leave the area. Before he left, Jae-hwan asked him to not get distracted. He told our boy that he needs to focus on his job. Jaryong smiled when he heard this. He asked the man if he thinks that he will run away. Jae-hwan blew out some smoke and told Jaryong that he is not that stupid. The man revealed to our boy that humans are not the only one who are after the royal jelly. After listening to Jae-hwan's words, our boy grabbed a rope and jumped down from the cliff. When he landed in the forest, Jaryong saw something shocking. He saw a huge footprint. Our boy remembered that Jae-hwan told him that the entire forest will be smelling the royal jelly. Jae-hwan told him that a lot of things in the forest will be attracted to the smell of the royal jelly. The scene shifts and we see a girl breathing heavily as she hid behind a tree. This girl's name is Jean Saram and she is a first-year student of Warrior High School. Saram is currently facing the biggest problem of her life. The girl expected to have an easy trip to a dungeon for her midterm. Instead, she is facing a monster that should have never been there. Saram closed her eyes and prayed that the monster would not find her. To her surprise, the monster passed by her side. Saram's test was simple. She was expected to collect some coins within the dungeon in a given time. Although this was a test used to stimulate real combat situation, the test area was the lowest rank possible. It should have been an easy test. This is because the D+ dungeon was considered a beginner's training ground. The monsters that lived in this dungeons were weak and had low intelligence level. While Saram was looking at her hand, she noticed that a shadow had covered her. The girl immediately realized that the monster has found her. Sarum looked at the monster with fear in her eyes. The monster tried to attack the girl. Sarum was able to dodge the attack by moving away. The girl knew that she could never run away from such a monster. Sarum grabbed her bow and arrow and decided to fight back. The monster she was facing is known as a Titan ape, and it has a danger rank of 3 stars. When the monster showed its head to the girl, she shot her arrows at it. Unfortunately for the girl, the ape easily blocked the attack with its hand. Sarum was shocked to see this. The monster raised its hand and tried to squash the girl. Its punch destroyed the ground. Fortunately, Sarum was able to avoid the attack by moving back. While in the air, the girl took out her arrows and shot at the ape. The attack hit the ape's chest, but it did not do anything. Sarum already expected this outcome. She knew that she could not kill the monster with such an attack. She simply wanted it to let its guard down and come closer to her. While hanging its tongue out, the ape ran towards the girl. As the monster got closer to the girl, she began to imbue her magic on her arrow. The girl is a magic ranger. With a blue light in her eyes, Sarum activated a skill known as Flame Bombardment. The moment she activated the skill, the girl fired her arrow, which was covered in fire, at the monster. The arrow moved at an insane speed. The type of magic that can be imbued at the top of an arrow is limitless. Sarum chose this spell as her last resort because it would create an explosion of the greatest magnitude, and it was strong enough to kill any 3-star monster. Of course, this is only if the attack hits the monster. Unfortunately for the girl, the ape climbed a tree and dodged the attack. Sarum could not comprehend what was happening. She could not believe that the monster actually managed to dodge the attack. She realized that the ape already expected the attack. The girl did not know what to do because she could not currently replicate the attack. Sarum realized that she needed to run. The moment she had this realization, the monster came down from the tree and began to chase after her. The girl's face was covered with fear when she noticed that the monster was getting closer. As the monster was about to grab Sarum, our boy hits its chin with an attack. Sarum turned around when she heard something hit the monster's chin. She was shocked to see Jaryong in the air. Our boy landed on a tree. He was surprised to see that the monster was not fazed even though he hit it on its chin. Jaryong put his hand into his pocket and took out a tool. The moment he did this, he rushed to attack the monster. Sarum was shocked to see this. She could not believe that our boy was going for a frontal assault. The girl believed that this was impossible. She believed that Jaryong will die. The monster clenched its fist and got ready to attack our boy. When Jaryong got close to the monster, he asked Sarum to close her eyes. The girl was surprised to hear this. Jaryong put the tool in front of his head and closed his eyes. The moment he pressed the tool, a bright blinding light was released directly into the eyes of the monster. Immediately our boy landed on the ground. The ape fell on its knees and began to scream in pain. Jaryong was sad to see that he used his last tool to stop the monster. The tool is known as a stunning torch. It is made from the scales of the flickering fish that lives in deep-sea dungeons. It possesses an incapacitation ability that is incredible for its price, and it was loved by countless adventurers. Although this tool had an amazing effect, it was poorly used by several adventurers. This led to some adventurers losing their sight. Thanks to this, usage and production of the stunning torch is now strictly banned. After Sarum regained her sight, Jaryong moved close to her and told her that he has done enough for her. He asked the girl to take responsibility for her life. He told her that she has a few seconds to run. While running, our boy remembered something Jae-hwan said to him. His boss explained to him that the bounty on smugglers is quite high. He told Jaryong that he will get stumped if he messes around carelessly. The moment our boy remembered this, he looked behind him. Jaryong was shocked to see Sarum running after him. The girl was breathing heavily as she tried to catch up to our boy. Jaryong was annoyed to see this. He believed that Sarum was chasing after him because of the bounty. While running on the trees, Jaryong disappeared from the girl's sight. Sarum was shocked to see this. She was certain that our boy was just in front of her. While the girl was looking around, Jaryong appeared out of nowhere and used his staff to push the girl down. He asked her to tell him what she wants. With a smile on her face, Sarum told Jaryong that she wanted to thank him for his help. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He told the girl that he is not a fool. Sarum revealed to Jaryong that she knows he is a smuggler. She told our boy that she wants to give him a job. The moment the girl said this, our boy looked at the logo on her clothes. Jaryong told the girl that he will not overlook her mistake the third time. He picked up his staff and turned around. He told Sarum that he has no interest in learning how crazy a Silver Spoon student of Warrior High School is. Our boy assured the girl that he would bury her the next time she gets in his way. Saram was not surprised to hear this. The girl told our boy that the bounty for smugglers is 50 million won and the bounty for poachers is 400 million won. With a look of anger on his face, Jaryong turned around. When our boy turned, he saw Saram holding a necklace. The necklace is known as "and kills blood." The girl told our boy that he can buy one if he catches 5 smugglers. With a look of confidence on her face, the girl told Jaryong that the necklace is simply down payment. She assured him that she would give him more money once he helps her with her midterm. Jaryong was surprised to hear this. He called the girl an insane spoilt brat. He told her that she is out of her mind. Saram smiled when she heard this. She explained to our boy that it does not matter if she is crazy. She told him that he can obtain an opportunity that would change his life. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He let out a sigh. He told the girl that he already expected things to turn out like this. Saram did not understand what our boy was saying. She asked him to explain himself. As a huge shadow came over them, Jaryong looked up to see the monster. He reminded Saram that he told her that she has a few seconds to run. The two jumped to dodge the monster's attack. While in the air, Jaryong threw his staff at the girl. Saram was surprised to see this. Jaryong asked the girl to use the same skill she used on her arrow on the staff. He told her to pass the staff back to him when she is done. Saram was shocked to hear this. She told our boy that she does not have any magic energy left. Jaryong asked the girl to figure things out. He told her that he will not be able to face the ape barehanded for long. Saram began to infuse her magic into the staff. The girl did not know what to do. She only had a quarter of her magic left. She believed that her current magic energy was not enough to damage the monster. As Jaryong was distracting the monster, Saram wanted to run away and leave our boy behind. While Jaryong was running around, the girl threw his staff at him. The girl had infused every ounce of energy she had left into the staff. Jaryong carefully swung his staff. He told Saram that the staff barely has a quarter of the energy she used before. With a smile on his face, our boy told the girl that he will manage it. The moment he said this, he rushed to attack the monster. The students of Warrior High School have always been told that the most important thing when fighting a monster is sense of timing and accuracy. When the monster saw Jaryong coming closer, it tried to squash him. Our boy easily dodged the ape's hand and moved closer to its head. The moment Jaryong got close to the monster's head, he used his staff to release the skill directly on the ape's neck. The attack created a large explosion that severely damaged the ape. Our boy smiled when he saw that his attack connected. Unfortunately for him, his goggles broke. The scene shifts and we are taken back to the past. We see a younger Saram waving to her friends as she heads into her car. When our girl gets into the car, her friends talked about how lucky she was. They knew that Saram could get whatever she wanted. Although our girl did not like it, her friends were not wrong. She could easily get whatever she wants. The successor of Jinseong Group, a South Korean business which is ranked 4th in the country, got engaged to an elf from another world. The result of their engagement is Saram. On her way home, Saram saw a bunch of adventurers in a bus. The girl stuck her head to the window. Although the girl was rich, she respected adventurers more than anyone and dreamed of becoming one. While Saram was receiving training from her uncle, he told her that it is impossible for her to become an adventurer. He explained to the girl that her elf blood is weak. He told the girl that she is basically human. Her uncle turned to her father and asked him to stop pushing his daughter to become an adventurer. Saram's father, whose name is Jin Sung-gyu, told the man that he is not pushing his daughter. He told him that he is simply cheering her on because she has always wanted to be an adventurer. Sung-gyu told the man that Saram does not need the talent of an elf to become an adventurer. The elf told Sung-gyu that Saram's talent as a human is not bad. He told him that the girl is simply above average at best. With a smile on his face, the man told Sung-gyu that he does not need to worry. He told him that Saram is as stubborn as his sister. Immediately he said this, the girl forcefully pushed herself up. Saram's uncle told her father that his daughter will never be able to measure up to the monster rank humans. He told him that the girl will become a decent fighter if she keeps working hard. The uncle reminded Sung-gyu that his daughter was born with a lot of benefits compared to her lack of talent. Things such as wealth, name, and bloodline will make Saram's hard work useless and people will envy her. The man told her father that Saram will be isolated among her peers and she will not be able to deal with it for long. The scene shifts and we are taken back to the present. We see Jaryong land on the ground after defeating the monster. Saram stared at our boy weirdly. Jaryong did not understand why the girl was staring at him. While looking in amazement, Saram asked our boy if he is the same age as her. The moment she said this, Jaryong realized that his goggles had broken. Our boy remembered what Jaehwan said to him. His boss warned him to never break the goggles. He told Jaryong that it is expensive. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He told the man that the goggles are around 5,000 won in the market. The man explained to Jaryong that the goggles stops facial recognition and changes his voice. He revealed to our boy that there are more than 4 spells that were casted upon the goggles. Jaryong did not know how he was going to explain himself. While he was thinking, Sarah moves near him and asked him if he is a senior from her school. Jaryong told her that he is not her senior. With a look of anger on his face, our boy asked Sarah to give him the necklace. Our girl easily hands over the necklace to him. Jaryong grabbed the necklace and took a close look at it. While our boy was inspecting the necklace, Sarah asked him if he needs more money. The girl told him that Adventurers Education Center's tuition fees must be very high. Sarah wanted to offer to pay for our boy's tuition fee. Jaryong quickly kills her hope by telling her that he does not attend any Adventurers Education Center. The girl was shocked to hear this. She asked our boy about the person who taught him how to fight. Jaryong revealed to the girl that no one taught him anything. He told her that he taught himself. Sarah screamed when she heard this. She told our boy that he is saying nonsense. She could not believe that someone who is self-taught would be able to move like Jaryong. While the girl was shouting, Jaryong threw a tag at her. When Sarah looked at the tag, she saw that our boy was from a normal school known as Dongging High School. Our girl was shocked to see this. Jaryong pointed his staff at the girl and asked her to give him an ID or something that proves her identity. Our boy was surprised to see that Sarah was the same age as him. After confirming her name and identity, Jaryong kept our girl's ID in his pocket. Sarah asked our boy about why he kept her student ID. Jaryong reminded the girl that she wants him to do something for her. He told her that his identity has been revealed. He explained to Sarah that he has to take something of hers to make sure that she does not betray him. Our girl was surprised to hear this. Jaryong told her that he is not yet done. He took out his phone and asked Sarah to move closer to him. The moment she came close to him, our boy placed his hand on her shoulder. Sarah became flustered when she saw what Jaryong did. She asked him to tell her why he placed his hand on her shoulder. With a smile on his face, Jaryong told our girl that she needs to become his accomplice. He explained to the girl that an accomplice gets the same punishment as the smuggler. With a horrifying look on his face, Jaryong asked Sarah to smile for the camera. The moment our boy said this, Sarah realized that she has gotten involved with someone more dangerous than she thought. However, it was already too late for her to change her mind. Sarah decided to smile for the picture. After taking the picture, Jaryong asked the girl to give him the details for her job. Sarah told our boy that she needs him to collect coins. The students of Warrior High were expected to collect coins within a 6-hour time limit. These coins have been placed in various locations throughout the testing area. Sarah is expected to find a coin box in a certain location and prove that she is a student. Our girl took out one coin. She told him that she simply needs another coin to pass the test. She revealed to Jaryong that the location of the box is not far. She told him that the coin is at the old ruins of the Eugene Mall. Jaryong was shocked to hear this. He told the girl that they did not meet each other by coincidence. He revealed to Sarah that the item he is looking for is in the same location. He explained to our girl that he is looking for something related to the Imperial Wasp. Sarah opened her mouth in shock. The girl could not believe that Jaryong was searching for the Imperial Wasp. Our boy told the girl that he is looking for some type of honey. Jaryong explained to Sarah that the item has a strong smell and it attracts monsters. He told her that the Titan ape was probably also attracted to the item. Sarah became nervous when she heard this. Our boy asked her if she knows any other location where they can find the coin. Although she did not like it, the girl told our boy that the ruins is the last place left. She explained to Jaryong that the other parties would have already taken the other coins. Our boy was surprised to hear about other parties. He finally understood why Sarah was alone. Jaryong told the girl that the location is convenient for him. He explained to Sarah that his mission will be to help her find her coin and leave safely. Jaryong wanted to tell our girl his price, but he is interrupted by her. Sarah tells our boy that she only has 950 million won on her. Jaryong was shocked to hear this. Sarah took out her phone and told our boy that she can get more if he is not satisfied. Jaryong told the girl that the amount is enough. He explained to her that he will get extra if something happens or if he has more work to do. After saying this, the two began to run. Our boy ran in front of the girl. Sarah was surprised to see how fast Jaryong was. While running, our boy realized that he made a mistake by accepting the offer early. He realized that he could have gotten more from Sarah. Our girl decided to ask Jaryong a question. She asked our boy if he really taught himself how to fight. Jaryong told her that he did not teach himself everything. Before our boy could say more, he saw two monsters in front of him. He asked our girl to get ready. The monsters are known as chloraptors, and they have a danger rank of 2 stars. Our boy rushed to attack the monsters. Jaryong has never officially learnt from an adventurer. The current ability he has right now is something he learnt by risking his life. The only thing Jaryong gained from someone else were the movements he witnessed his father perform when he was younger. Jaryong learnt 3 movements from his father. The first movement is needle. This is done by using his speed, power, and weight to stab an opponent in a vital point. Although this might seem like a simple move, Jaryong had to learn this technique with experience, sense, and talent. Our boy had perfected a technique that not even the top rankers could learn. After killing the other monster, Saram told our boy that something is weird. She explained to him that chloraptors usually move in groups of 5. Jaryong explained to the girl that the group must have split apart because of the royal jelly. He asked Saram to stay sharp. He told her that there could be different types of monsters in the area. While staring at the ruins from afar, Jaryong suggested that he and Saram take a break before they enter the ruins. Our girl reminded Jaryong about her question. She asked him if he received personal training when he was younger. Our boy told the girl that he learnt by watching someone train. He told her that he was only able to learn a few moves because he was being sneaky. Saram broke down when she heard this. Jaryong asked our girl if there is a reason why she asked the question. With a look of anger on her face, Saram told our boy that she does not like him. Immediately she said this, she threw something at him. When Jaryong took a look at his hand, he saw a potion. He asked Saram to tell him why she gave him the potion. This potion is known as Stamina Ample, and it is a C-type. The potion is valued at 1,101,000. Saram asked our boy to drink the potion in order to regain his original strength. Jaryong was surprised to see that Saram would give him such an item after telling him that she does not like him. He told the girl that she can be harsher with her words. Our boy kept the potion in his pocket. Saram was surprised to see this. She asked our boy to tell her why he is not drinking it. Jaryong told the girl that he wants to sell it later. Saram was shocked to hear this. She asked our boy if he knows the price of the Stamina Ample. Jaryong told our girl that he can sell the potion for a hefty price of 1,000,001. Saram was shocked to hear this. She could not believe that Jaryong was thinking about a measly 1,000,001. She found our boy to be weird. Jaryong walked forward and told the girl that they need to get going. While walking, our boy thought about how weird rich kids are. When they arrived at the entrance of the mall, Jaryong reminded Saram that their goal is not to hunt. He told the girl that they are simply at the mall to get what they want. He asked Saram to follow his orders regardless of the monsters they see inside. With a smile on his face, our boy told the girl that he is an expert on surviving. He asked her to trust him. Saram felt a sense of relief when she heard this. The girl had never felt this weird feeling before. She was not able to get this feeling because for the past half year, she was an outsider at her school who was unrecognized by others. The girl felt relieved because it was her first time fighting alongside a companion. When the two stepped into the mall, they saw something shocking. Saram asked our boy to tell her what she is looking at. With a nervous look on his face, Jaryong told Saram that he has never seen anything like this before. Our boy and Saram saw dozens of dead monsters on the floor. Humans are beings that are much braver than they think. With the proper resolve, they can stand up to any situation. The only exception to this is when they face an unpredictable situation that was not accounted for during the initial resolve. While staring at the bodies of the monsters, Saram realized that some of the monsters are not from the area and some of the monsters are dangerous to pro-adventurers. The girl could not comprehend what happened in the mall. Our boy asked Saram to not lose her mental state. He told her that she already knew that something dangerous would be in the mall. The reason why she was surprised was because things were much messier than she expected. Jaryong assured her that nothing has changed. While they were talking, the two noticed that a monster was moving. Jaryong immediately took a stance. The monster, which was severely injured, is known as a slasher lip. It has a danger rank of 2 to 3 stars. Our boy charged at the monster. Upon seeing that Jaryong was coming close to it, the slasher lip stretched out its tongue to attack our boy. Jaryong used his staff to kick the tongue away. Unfortunately for him, the slasher lip caught his staff with its tongue. It used its tongue to drag the staff towards itself. Jaryong held on to the staff. When he got above the monster, he let go of his staff and latched onto the ceiling. The weapon hit the monster's body. Upon seeing that the monster was injured, Jaryong jumped from the ceiling and landed a kick directly on the monster's head. The slasher lip screamed out in pain. After defeating the monster, our boy picked up his staff and walked back to Saram. The girl told Jaryong that the monster is not yet dead because of its high survivability. Our boy corrected the girl by telling her that he was the one who kept the monster alive on purpose. This is because the monster will serve as a warning alarm when someone steps into the mall. The slasher lip is a type of monster that screams to alert its allies when it feels like its life is in danger. Saram was surprised to hear that they needed a warning alarm. She asked our boy to tell her who the alarm is for. The moment she asked this question, someone appeared on the first floor of the mall and told the girl that the warning alarm is for him. The man who appears to be tired told the girl that he was exhausted after killing the monsters, so he decided to rest. Saram was shocked to see the man. She believed that he was an adventurer. She asked our boy if he recognizes the man. Jaryong grit his teeth when he heard this question. The man was surprised to see Jaryong and Saram. He believed that the two of them were too young to be smugglers. The man noticed the Warrior High School logo on Saram's shirt. The moment he saw the logo, he jumped down from the first floor and asked the girl if she is from Warrior High School. Saram told the man that she is. The man smiled when he heard this. He told our girl that it is unfortunate that she has to die in such a place. Saram was terrified to hear this. Jaryong asked Saram to stop talking to the man like an idiot. He told the girl that the man is not the normal adventurer she is familiar with. He explained to our girl that the man is a villain who came to kill him for the royal jelly. Seeing that the man had no affiliations with his commissioner, Jaryong asked the man to tell him how he will handle things if he touches the item without permission. With an unbothered look on his face, the man told our boy that he will only have to handle things if he is caught. According to the man, he is a lucky person. The man revealed to our boy that he coincidentally heard that his comrade was smuggling something valuable. The man originally planned to ambush his comrade on his way to the meeting point. Unfortunately, things did not go as planned. The man failed to finish off his comrade. He was able to track him to the mall. However, he could not find his comrade in the mall. The insane man knew that his comrade must be hiding in one of the smuggling locations of the mall. Jaryong was surprised to hear the reason why the smuggler was not able to deliver. With a creepy smile on his face, the man placed his hand on his sword. Even without clashing with him yet, Jaryong could instinctively feel it. He could tell that this opponent was the real deal. The man was on a much different rank than the awkward idiot from earlier. Our boy asked Saram to start searching for the coin box while he buys time. He told the girl that there will not be any monsters inside the mall thanks to the man. Saram was hesitant to leave. She believed that she needed to help our boy. Jaryong told the girl that she is not much help to him right now. The moment he said this, the man appeared in front of him with a smile on his face. The man told Jaryong that he can hear him. The man used his sword to attack our boy. Jaryong was able to block the attack with his staff. Immediately he blocked the attack. Our boy yelled at Saram and asked her to start running. He told our girl that she needs to be alive for him to receive his money. The moment Saram heard this, she began to run. The man was surprised to see that Saram actually left. With an evil smile on his face, the man told Jaryong that he made the wrong choice. While attacking our boy aggressively, the man told him that he would have increased his chance of survival if Saram had stayed. While blocking the man's attacks, Jaryong told him that he is spouting nonsense. Our boy took a stance and gathered his energy. He used his staff to knock the man's sword away. The man was shocked to see this. He could not believe that our boy read his sword path. Before the man could swing his sword again, Jaryong landed a heavy kick on his face. The kick sent the man flying. The man crashed into a wall and covered the area in dust. The man stood up and told Jaryong that he surprised him. Our boy was shocked to hear the man's voice. The man never expected our boy to force him to use his equipment. He commended Jaryong on his skills. He told our boy that he is better than the average pro. The man realized that he had to fight properly if he wants to win Jaryong. As the dust cleared up, we see the man whose name is Yang Dog-yoon equipped with an item. It was a horrifying item that covered his body. Dog-yoon is a gold-class adventurer. The scene shifts and we are taken to the station. We see Jae-hwan eating instant noodles. The man was surprised to see how good the noodles tasted. While eating his noodles, Jae-hwan noticed that the bald man was standing next to Piljiu. The broker asked the man to sit. He told him that it will be a while before Piljiu wakes up. The bald man called Piljiu a pig that cannot even pull his own weight. He told Jae-hwan that he paid Piljiu a lot of money. He could not believe that Piljiu was calling himself a former adventurer. Jae-hwan asked the man to not be hard on Piljiu. He told him that the idiot lost because he had to. Jae-hwan explained to the man that people tend to overlook the fact that adventurers do not fight humans. As an adventurer, Piljiu was trained in hunting and exploration. He was not trained to fight humans. It was natural for him to lose to a smuggler like Jaryong. The man turned to the broker and told him that he heard that adventurers fight among themselves. With a smile on his face, Jae-hwan confirmed the rumor. He told the man that adventurers definitely fight among themselves. As adventurers rise up in rank, they fight more because of how valuable a dungeon is. Even comrades who depend on each other many times sometimes succumb to greed and backstab each other. The bald man asked the broker if the adventurers kill each other. Jae-hwan told the man that there is no one to stop them. There are no laws implemented inside a dungeon. According to Jae-hwan, the adventurers could simply say that their comrades were killed by monsters. They do not even need an alibi. The higher an adventurer is, the more they need to train in preparation for potential fights. Jae-hwan explained to the man that Pilju lost because his class is not very high. The broker told the man that Pilju's story of assaulting a comrade is a cute idea. He told him that the fact that the idiot was caught means that it happened outside a dungeon. It was probably an argument without any equipment. The bald man was surprised to hear this. He asked the broker to tell him what an equipment is. According to Jae-hwan, an equipment is the armor and weapons adventurers take with them to hunt. With an equipment, even someone like Pilju can put up a decent fight. The man was surprised to hear this. He asked Jae-hwan if an equipment is very powerful. The broker revealed to the man that an equipment is half the combat power of an adventurer. The scene shifts and we are taken back to the fight. Jaryong was certain that his attack went in. Our boy realized that the blade has an upper-level defense. While he was thinking, Dog-yoon rushed to attack him. The man told our boy that he should not overthink things. Jaryong quickly used his staff to block the attack. Dog-yoon told our boy that it is disrespectful to him and to his own life to overthink things in a fight. The moment he said this, he kicked Jaryong. The attack pushed our boy back. The moment Jaryong regained his stance, Dog-yoon appeared in front of him. Our boy was shocked to see this. The man began to attack Jaryong fiercely. Our boy was able to block some attacks, but some of them landed on his body and injured him. Dog-yoon asked Jaryong to fight back properly like he did earlier. The insane man knew that this was impossible. Dojin's equipment is known as Shade Jacket. It is an A+ rank armor. The Shade Jacket consumes the user's blood to support physical abilities and form an upper level of defense against impact. This equipment allows Dog-yoon to use his berserker style of combat. While blocking Dojin's attack, Jaryong realized that the insane man had no openings. Our boy could tell that he would die if he goes for the wrong counterstrike. While Jaryong was thinking, Dog-yoon landed an attack on his stomach. Our boy was shocked to see this. He fell to his knees. Dog-yoon began to laugh like a maniac. He told Jaryong that he lasted longer than expected. The moment the man said this, he noticed something odd about our boy. Instead of shaking, our boy let out a sigh. He threw the jacket on the floor and stood up. He showed Dog-yoon that the attack barely reached his stomach. With a smile on his face, Jaryong told the man that he liked the jacket. He told him that he is not as strong as he expected. Dog-yoon was shocked to hear this. Our boy explained to him that he was scared because his aura was huge. He told the man that he is pretty weak to not be able to beat a high schooler without any equipment. Jaryong told Dog-yoon that he is simply getting carried by his equipment. The moment he said this, Dog-yoon snapped. He called Jaryong a cocky bastard. Although the man was powerful, he was the one in a rush. Our boy knew that Dog-yoon was in a rush because he had to take him down and still find serum to silence her. Jaryong understood that the man would become more impatient the longer he stalled. Dog-yoon rushed to attack our boy. Jaryong carefully read the attack and used his staff to block it. The second technique which our boy learnt when he was younger was something that he could not use with his own strength alone. He has to use his opponent's strength against them and inflict a huge damage that would not be possible with his strength alone. Jaryong gathered the energy around him and put it into his staff. He took a stance and smacked Dog-yoon with his staff. The name of this technique that even our boy had not perfected yet is Swell. The attack sent Dog-yoon flying. The man got slammed to a wall. The moment he used this technique, Jaryong spat out some blood. Our boy was surprised to see that his attack actually worked. He had never used it in a fight before. Jaryong never expected a pro adventurer like Dog-yoon to be a person who charges in carelessly. As Dog-yoon stood up from the wall, we see that Jaryong's attack has destroyed a part of his equipment. Our boy asked the adventurer to give up. He told him that he cannot change his fate no matter what he does. With a creepy smile on his face, Dog-yoon called Jaryong a cocky bastard and told him to screw off. The insane man took out a knife and stabbed himself in the chest. Jaryong was shocked to see this. The moment he stabbed himself, his equipment began to act weird. Dog-yoon laughed as his eyes turned red. He assured our boy that he will kill him. The scene shifts and we see Saram at the 5th floor of the mall. The girl had found the coin box she was searching for. Our girl placed her hand on the box and it confirmed her identity. After getting the coin she wanted, Saram decided to return to her camp. Before the girl could take a step, the entire mall shook. Saram was shocked to see this. The moment this happened, the girl remembered that Jaryong held back Dog-yoon in order to allow her run. As Saram held the coin close to her chest, she told herself that nothing will change even if she goes back. Upon remembering the terrifying look on Dojin's face, Saram assured herself that Jaryong would have not fought the insane man if he had no way of escaping. The scene shifts and we are shown Dojin's past. We see the man as a young student. Dog-yoon grabbed a huge boy by his shirt after beating him up. The boy began to apologize to Dog-yoon. He told him that he will never act cheeky in front of him again. Dog-yoon smiled when he heard this. The boy believed that he was a genius. From when he was young, everything was easy for him. He had talent, recognition from adults, and dominance over his peers. The only thing that Dog-yoon could not get was an entrance into Warrior High School. The boy could not believe what he was seeing. The boy comforted himself by saying that Warrior High School was simply all about money and connections. He told himself that the school picks money over talent. He believed that he would never fall behind if people were chosen based on talent. Instead of going to Warrior High School, Dog-yoon got into Ganjian High. In his current school, the boy rose to the top of his class. Dog-yoon believed that he was a selected genius in the minority. When students were checking their final exams report, they saw that Dog-yoon was first place with 966 points, while the second place got 752 points. The students could not believe that Dog-yoon was able to get such a large amount of points. They believed that Dog-yoon was on a different level entirely. At his graduation ceremony, a teacher walked up to Dog-yoon and stretched out his hand. The man congratulated the boy on being valedictorian. He told him he will become a great adventurer. The man asked the boy to not get conceited and continue to work hard. Dog-yoon accepted his teacher's handshake with a smile on his face. In the boy's head, he believed that his teacher was a washed-up trash that teaches kids. He told himself that he will become someone so great that he will be able to look down on him from a place where normal people cannot reach. The scene shifts and we see Dog-yoon trembling while he was covered in blood. The adventurer that stood in front of Dog-yoon was disappointed to see that he was forced to enter the dungeon to face such a weak monster. Dog-yoon could not believe what he was seeing. The monster took down his entire team, and yet one man easily took care of it. As the man walked towards him, Dog-yoon saw a familiar stare on the man's face. He recognized this stare because it was the stare he used to look down on others. As the man walked past him, Dog-yoon realized that his teacher's words was not an advice but words of comfort. The man understood that he was not the chosen one. He was simply one of the people that average people look up to. While transforming, Dog-yoon explained to our boy that his jacket was made from a live vampire. The man told our boy that he is willing to give the jacket all his blood in order to kill him. The moment he said this, we see that the jacket has completely merged with the man and turned him to a monster. Jaryong told the man that his equipment is very dangerous. The moment Jaryong said this, Dog-yoon appeared in front of him. The man used his claws to attack our boy. Jaryong was able to block the attack with his staff. The moment he blocked the attack, our boy realized that Dojin's speed did not significantly increase. Dog-yoon rushed to attack Jaryong again. He stretched out his hand and tried to use his claws to pierce his head. After fighting for a while, we see Jaryong trembling as his body was covered in injuries. Our boy knelt on the ground and used his staff to hold himself together. Jaryong grit his teeth as he was breathing heavily. Dog-yoon was surprised to see that our boy was able to hold out against him. He could not comprehend why someone who had a great reaction speed and amazing talent was working as a smuggler. He asked Jaryong to tell him the reason why he does his job. Our boy was surprised to see that Dog-yoon was complimenting him. He took out the stamina ample and drank it. He told the man that he does not need to know why he works as a smuggler. Dog-yoon was not offended by this. Instead, he thanked Jaryong. Our boy was surprised to see that the man thanked him. With a terrifying smile on his face, Dog-yoon told Jaryong that he is able to stomp on a talented person thanks to him. He stretched his hand out and tried to attack our boy. Jaryong was able to dodge the attack. The moment he did this, he ran towards the man. Our boy was happy to see that his body was functioning properly. Dog-yoon became excited when he saw Jaryong running towards him. He asked our boy to show him more amazing things. While running, Our boy realized that Dog-Yun will not be able to maintain his current strength for long. This is because the man uses blood as the fuel for the jacket. Jaryong decided to bait the man into consuming more blood and use needle to end the fight. Unfortunately for our boy, Dog-Yun appeared in front of him. The man told Jaryong that he is already aware of his plan. The moment he said this, Dog-Yun rushed to attack our boy. Jaryong immediately realized that he could not dodge this attack. Before the man's hand could touch our boy, someone attacks him with a huge explosion. Our boy was shocked to see this. He quickly turned to see the person that saved him. He was surprised to see Sarum. Jaryong smiled when he saw the girl. He was happy to see that she did not listen to him. The attack created a hole in Dojin's mask. Jaryong put his energy into his staff and used needle to end the insane man. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want more of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.